Lives on the line. Waiting on hold can be the difference between investigating a case of abuse or missing the opportunity.
So we wanted to know why your lawmakers are neglecting the state's abuse and neglect hotline by not giving them enough money to cut down on wait times. KITV's Adam Rakusin has been investigating this and joins us with what he found. Adam.
Well, Walt, Judy, this is not 911. The hotline takes calls to collect information and then pass along those reports so they can be investigated. But here's what we found. Here's the wait time for the National Domestic Abuse Hotline. It's only 34 seconds. The state's hotline, 8.5 minutes. You can see that's quite a difference. So where's the money? Why are lawmakers not giving the department enough money to get that time down? Getting out can be the difference between minutes and seconds.
He would strangle me, and even though he would hold me down and say, "I'm going to kill you," I thought we were fighting.
If that doesn't happen,
all calls are answered and the order that they received.
A missed phone call. A family is shattered.
He always said that I wouldn't make it out alive with the kids. And he always said that if we got out, we'd all be dead.
Lisa Pose escaped 13 years of violence by reaching out for help and having someone there to respond.
Thank you for holding. This is Victoria. May I have your first and last name, please?
This is the front door to the front lines of some of the most horrible acts in the state. The Texas Abuse and Neglect Hotline, or statewide intake.
Do any of the kids have special needs?
But with only 305 people to answer 440,000 phone calls a year, many in Texas don't reach more than the hold music.
We don't want to rush through those calls. We want to, balance the speed with the quality.
Unfortunately, 30% of phone calls, or more than 100,000 people who call for help or to report someone needing help, don't make it through.
To answer more calls and handle more contacts, it takes more people. So the more people we have, the more we can do that, and the faster we can do it.
Thank you for calling the Department of Family and Protective Services.
The average hold time to wait to speak to someone is 8.5 minutes.
Please remain on the line.
State data shows people calling typically hang up at about the 6.5 minute mark. The phone line goes dark. 2 minutes, less than the average time it takes to get to their call. What happens to the callers after that is anyone's guess.
I actually had to plug a phone into an outside box on a pole because he'd removed all the phones from the house. And I grabbed a phone and snuck out the window.
Under normal circumstances, we would never tie up the hotline.
Press 1.
For the purposes of this story, we needed to see for ourselves just how long it can take to get through.
For more assistance, please stay on the line.
KITV called the hotline number 2 times, once at 10 in the morning and again around 5 in the afternoon. On the first call, we waited about the average.
Thank you for holding.
But when we called back, it took 16 minutes for someone to pick up the phone, nearly double the average. Is 8.5 minutes too long to wait on a phone for help?
Unfortunately, I think it is.
Senator Carlos Uresti is a member of the State Senate Committee on Health and Human Services.
When we're talking about a child's life, it can be a lifetime.
Do you believe the state is doing enough for the most vulnerable in Texas?
I think Texas is doing a good job, but I think we could do better.
And they tried to, sort of. This year, the legislature did provide extra money, allowing the hotline to hire extra staff.
Thank you for holding.
But not enough to cut wait times, just maintain them. Even though efforts came up short, some lawmakers believe by cutting the hold time to 5 minutes, it could keep people on the line and possibly save more lives.
We've come a long way, and I'll be the first to admit that. But we can go further, and we need to go further.
If we reach out and there's nothing there, what does that teach us? It teaches us that there's nothing there, that our abuser was right, and it just gives them more power.
Another family, child, loved one may end up broken if no one picks up. And if the wait time gets too long, they will move people around and increase staff. Now, we did the math. To get that wait time down to 5 minutes, it would take about an extra 67 new employees at an entry salary around $30,000. It's $2 million to to get that time down to 5 minutes. Walt and Judy?
So, Adam, put that into perspective for us.
Well, when you're looking at that $2 million, that also equals the cost of special session 1 and 2. It's really up to the legislature to pony up the money.